Hi everybody, my name is Maureen. I went by the name of Reens as a child. This is a story about innocence of children. So I grew up the youngest of 5 in Drexel Hill, and my 2 next oldest brother and sister were 5 years older brother named Ed, and my sister is 8 years older named Pat. So I would do anything to be with them. I would do anything they asked me to do. They would generally ask me to run to the basement and get them an ice cold Coke out of the fridge. I would do it. I come back up, they want a tasty cake from the freezer. I was down there getting the tasty cake for them, back up, another Coke, down the stairs, get a Coke, back up, whatever they wanted, I would do it. I was so happy to have time with them. I was the little sister, youngest of 5, really nobody's paying attention to you. So I was happy for any time they gave me. So they went to the local grade school and they could walk home for lunch every day. My poor mother just got them out the door, and back they'd come at 11:30 for lunch. Well, this was the highlight of my day because I wanted to be with them. So when they'd come home, we'd sit at the breakfast room table, which then opened up into a kitchen. And the kitchen made like a perfect stage, right? Here was the table, here was the kitchen, perfect. We'd sit down, we'd have our lunch roll sandwich or grilled cheese, peanut butter and jelly. My mother would generally be in some other part of the house, ironing, cleaning, whatever. So we finished our lunch, and then my sister, Pat, would say, "Today is lunchtime variety show." I love lunchtime variety show. This meant that my sister Pat would get up and sing a song. Now, our house was full of Broadway tunes. My parents loved Broadway. We had Music Man, Sound of Music, My Fair Lady, Camelot, you name it, we had the albums, and we listened to them all the time. So my sister would get up, she would sing, generally The Hills Are Alive. She'd do her rendition of The Hills Are Alive. We would clap enthusiastically. "Pat, you were great, never been better, you were awesome," standing ovation. Okay, now Ed gets up. Ed would always do "Give My Regards to Broadway." He would always do a little soft shoe as he sang it too. So Ed would finish. "Way to go, Ed, you're the best," standing ovation, "You're the awesome, Ed." Okay, now it's my turn. I'm about 4 years old, and my favorite song was "Hello, Dolly." So I get up, I do my best "Hello, Dolly." I'd even sway with the song, and I'd finish up with "Dolly'll never go away again." At which point, Ed and Pat would look at each other, kind of make a funny face, and look at me and say, "Feel all right, Reens? Like, why are you singing? We're trying to have lunch here. What are you doing?" And then I would start walking over to them, and they would back away from me, as if I was crazy. So then I would run to my mother, crying my eyes out. She would calm me down, they'd go back to school. So then I wouldn't fall for it for about 2 weeks. So then we'd bring it up again. Pat said, "Okay, it's lunchtime variety show. So, well, you have to promise me. You have to promise me you're going to clap for me this time." "Oh, we will. We promise we're going to clap for it." Okay. Pat gets up, "Hills Are Alive," clap, 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 "You're wonderful," standing ovation. Ed gets up, "Give my regards to Broadway," standing ovation. Okay, "Hello, Dolly," I'm going to do it again. "Dolly'll never go away again." They look at each other, they say, "Feel all right, Reens?" and they start backing away from it. Run to my mother. Okay, this went on forever. I would fall for it every time. I was like Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football. I wanted to believe they were going to clap for me. Never happened. So fast forward about 40 years. So now we have a property that my parents had owned in Avalon. And we owned it together, and it was time they wanted to sell, and my husband and I were going to buy them out. So Bill and I had done all the paperwork at the office down the shore and agreed to get the paperwork and bring it up to my brother and sister so they didn't have to make the trip. So all that was left was for me to give them each a check for their portion. So we go out to a nice lunch, we're having, nice lunch in a diner and everything. So we finish the meal, and my brother's like, "Well, okay, Reens, where's the check?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Feel all right, Ed?"
You won! You won!